Hello everyone, and welcome to a locals round one review video. Just as a preface, I am going to be uploading a lot more videos over the coming days, weeks, hopefully months, as the new sets of One Piece come out. And I'm going to be just recording, highlighting some of my gameplay, some of my buddies' gameplays during locals, maybe reviewing also some tournament level play that we find over on YouTube. But to start that journey off, I'm going to be starting with a humble locals experience. I've been grinding green purple Luffy in the context of the new EB02 meta, and I'm super excited to keep learning more about this deck. Just a disclaimer, I am not the most proficient with the deck. This gameplay is not intended to be perfect. I'm using it as an opportunity to continue to improve, highlight maybe some misplays, some things that could have been done differently, as well as just exploring some new metas and matchups that I may not be familiar with. Without further ado, let's start with this locals. This is the first round. Green purple Luffy against Enel. Enel receiving some new cards in the EB02 set. So very curious to see how that plays out in this landscape. So let's get started here. The high roll, GP player rolling a 5, and Enel getting the 8. Enel choosing the order. I would assume Enel wants to go second. Green purple Luffy, his curve is so explosive going first. You get that Sanji and Pudding, obviously the core engine piece on 5, but he works so well going second as well. And I think the Enel likes to go second, wants to get to their 10 Dawn quick, play out their big bodies, and also removing that going second curve from GP. So both players deciding to keep their hands, so it should be an interesting one. A little fist bump for the friendly, good sportsmanship, and we get started with the game. First Dawn, we have the stage. So I would say for GP, the stage is so important. Anytime you face up against yellow, um, they have access to that 5 cost Nami, and that card just bombs your Sanji Pudding. You really want quick access to that stage, so as soon as you drop the Sanji Pudding, you can protect it immediately, allowing them not to just KO it and losing a lot of tempo. So second turn, we have the Searcher event here too. So this is the ideal start. Stage, Searcher event, not having to play the Nami out. The Nami obviously being good because it digs through 5 cards, but it is a 1k counter, and GP Luffy is known to run quite a few bricks. So starting off with these 2 cards to dig into the deck, and grabbing, there it is, that first Sanji Pudding. So getting prepared for that 5 Dawn turn. And we do have the Nami as well. Very good start. Not a surprise why green purple opts to keep the hand here. And we grab a 3 cost Franky. Not all builds run this card at the moment. I'm opting to play up myself just because I also run the 7 cost Luffy Taro. And you know that card, Dawn minusing you, leader effect Dawn minusing you. It's good. It's a good way to ramp back up. So 7 to lead. Green purple generally wants to take first life, maybe even second life, very comfortably. And Enel playing the second Shirahoshi, building a fortress early, getting ready for the aggressiveness of green purple Luffy. So 5 Dawn play. There's one very straightforward play that I can think of here, and just playing that Sanji Pudding on 5. Using the leader effect, and the reason we want to use the leader effect here is because we want to go to less than or equal Dawn as our opponent, to give us access to that stage, because we're not able to plus the cost of Sanji Pudding without being equal or less Dawn. So using the effect, Dawn -2, standing 2 Dawn, and grabbing 1 back from Sanji Pudding, making our leader a 6k until the end of our opponent's next turn. Immediately using the stage, protecting the Sanji Pudding from any shenanigans that might come down. Now, we know that we searched the Franky last turn. The question is, do we want to play out the Franky? We're going to swing first 6. trying to avoid any KO triggers, and then playing out the Franky. And since we're at equal or less Dawn, both players at 4 Dawn, we get 1 rested, bringing us up to 5. And if we have Luffy Taro next turn, we go up to 7. And a Luffy Taro Sanji Pudding next turn would be quite devastating. Very fast. And building the board very wide. So let's see what the Enel decides to do here. At 6 Dawn now. So opting to swing for... Okay. Yeah, they're gonna want to use the Gidatsu first because you're definitely gonna want to take that 6 lead, and the Gidatsu won't be able to kill that Franky. There's an argument to maybe not have played the Franky out, knowing that we're still at 3 life, but I guess it's okay. As long as the Sanji Pudding survives. So let's see if we have the Luffy Taro Sanji Pudding combo. Now being at 7 Dawn. Ideally, that's like the best play. So the fact that it's taking some time to play out the action indicates we might not have it. Maybe we're just planning everything out Dawn-wise. So if we want to swing, we probably want to use the stage first. But we opt not to. Oof, that was scary for a second when they triggered something. So that's Damned Punk. The trigger is to draw 2, trash 1, cycling through their deck, getting their pieces ready. So they trash the Brule and draw 2 cards. And it looks like we do have the Luffy Taro. Dawn minus, and is it? Ooh, and it is a Sanji Pudding. Very strong. And I guess we probably don't have access to another stage, which is why... I still think we should have staged the Sanji Pudding before we swung, because if he got KO'd, we can't retrieve the 2 Dawn back here, leaving us at 3 Dawn. So that was definitely a misplay over there, just wrong sequencing. And now we have 4 Dawn. Rest the stage. Buff up the active Sanji Pudding. And do we have... I guess there's a couple options here. There's the 4-cost green Zoro. I was running it initially in my green-purple build. I opted to remove it recently while testing other cards. I'm testing the 4-cost vanilla Usopp, but I'm thinking of actually adding the Zoro back because I think it has just a lot of good utility. We could probably just kill one of the Shirahoshis here, establish another body. So I'm definitely thinking of adding that back. So it looks like we don't have a Zoro Juro or a 4-drop in general. We search, get the 2k counter Sanji, great card. Especially if we're able to maintain 2 less Dawn than the opponent. That's a 3-cost 6k blocker, which is just insane value. 3 Dawn left. What do we opt to do here? We're just going to go 8 at lead, taking them down to 1. No trigger. We love to hear that when playing against Enel. And now they go up to 8 Dawn. Obviously here we're fearing Katakuri. Even buffing up the Sanji Pudding by 2 cost doesn't protect it from Kata. Maybe there was an argument to buff the Luffy Taro here, but if I was the Enel player, I'm definitely targeting the Sanji Pudding, so it doesn't really matter at that point. So starting off with a 6k lead. We're just going to take it. Going down to 1. Goes 5 at life, but reminding the Enel player that we are indeed a 6k leader. But since they went 5 at life, you can kind of predict that they want to play maybe a Katakuri. Maybe 8 cost Kid. I don't even know if Enel runs that, but yeah, they do play out the Katakuri, putting the Sanji Pudding at the top of the life. And now we're down to 1 Sanji Pudding. But that's why the Luffy Taro was just so strong, because if we just opted to play like a Sanji Pudding last turn, We're just left with one body now on this turn, and this just feels so much better. Luffy Taro being also an 8k base power, just a strong body to play on board. I do admit there's arguments I've been seeing online in terms of it's just a slower play, and I do agree. But I do think the meta is also a little bit slower, so you can maybe get away with running it. I've been enjoying it a lot so far. So this time sequencing correctly, staging the Sanji pudding immediately at the start before we swing in. So we go 7, I assume, at lead. Trying to see how they react. Maybe we have the 6 cost Luffy and they need to respect that. They do have the Shirahoshis though. They opt to just give the 2-1. Keeping the Shirahoshis on board. So we're at 8 Dawn on the GP side. A lot of things we can do. We could play another Luffy Taro. Just spit out 2 more bodies. We could play the 6 cost Luffy. Even just to establish it. It's a powerhouse. They need to respect it. We go in with an 8 just to see what they do before we invest any Dawn. Sequencing is really important. You don't want to telegraph your play so that they know exactly how much you're swinging for. So keeping everything a mystery for now. And now reaching over to potentially take the life, but no ops to just block. Maybe afraid of some resting shenanigans with Usohachi, and then trying to explosively take it, maybe sneakily with 2 swings with 6 cost Luffy. So I think the block is warranted there, especially because you don't know what to expect. And it's a third Sanji pudding. We drew quite well in this game. Once you see 3 Sanji puddings, it's just a lot. So we draw off the Sanji pudding because we're at equal or less Dawn. Activate leader effect. And ramping back 2 from each Sanji pudding. And you can imagine here, if we had the third one still on board, we end up ramping, which is just insane. A 6k power and you just ramp. So yeah, pretty good. Okay, still have access to a lot of Dawn here. I believe we're at 7 Dawn available. So I think the deliberation here is probably, do we play the 6 cost Luffy and then just like keep it standing and threaten lethal on the next turn because you have just such a wide board. We might not have the 6 cost Luffy. I don't really remember what was in the hand at this point, so maybe we're using the Nami to search for it. But it's definitely, if we don't have it and it's in the search, you definitely want to just grab that. But it looks like it's not in the search, so we'll just opt to take the Gum Gum. We do see that he has the Katakuri on board now. We did go down to 1, but they healed us back up to 2, so we're not as worried. Maybe we want that Gum Gum because we expect them to tunnel into our board. Maybe playing that new 10 cost Enel, playing Ace. We want to make sure we have the right tools to protect our pieces. So searching again, so it really looks like I'm looking for something at this point. I don't really remember what it was, but I assume it's 6 cost Luffy. On my current build, I'm running 3. And we grab another Gum Gum Giant. I'm not sure what was in the search, but you can never have enough Gum Gum Giants. Let's just say that. Alright, left with 5 Dawn now. So we definitely are not playing 6 cost Luffy this turn. So we go 6 into Gidatsu. I think the reasoning here is we just have this 1 swing left, and I don't want to give them a free cycle with their leader effect. And they actually give us a 2k on that one. So it's pretty good to see. Playing the 4 cost Zoro, searching again. So it's a triple search this turn. I think really digging for that 6 cost Luffy. And nope, we just grab a 2k counter. I think it's deep into the deck. It could be that last life. I'm not really sure. If I remember correctly, I think I draw into it this next turn. Something like that. Alright, so here we finally get to Enel's 10 Dawn turn. This is a scary turn. We're expecting either Ace or Enel, both powerhouses, and they allow him to heal. Yamato doesn't really do much here because we took our life pretty liberally. They took it as well, and despite healing, we're at a total of 3 life between me and him. They can't even pop the Zorojuro. So definitely Ace or Enel is the play here. So swinging first 8 into the Sanji pudding, seeing how we react, probably just giving them one of those 2Ks that we searched earlier. Yeah, the 2K Sanji is given pretty quickly there. And the good thing is, yeah, if they do play a 10 cost, they can't really swing with the Gidatsu unless they want to give us a free Sanji pudding. They opt to go 10 into Sanji pudding. We either give the 2Ks if we don't want to go down on Dawn. We could also give the Gum Gum, and I think it's not bad here, especially because we triple searched before. I think we're trying to dig deeper to find that piece. Pitching the Luna off Gum Gum, which is fine because at this point there's really nothing you want to freeze on Enel's board. So we dig 2 cards into the deck and protect the Sanji pudding at the same time. We don't mind going Dawn minus because we have quite a bit of Dawn and our board is very menacing at this point. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings without playing anything right now. They only have the 1 blocker left and 2 life. So probably before we play anything, again, sequencing's the name of the game. We want to swing first. So we're going to stage 1, and I assume we'll swing with the other one in case they trigger a Nami. Alright. So I think just mapping out the play. Yeah, there we go. Swing first with the Sanji pudding that's not buffed. I think from the Enel side, yeah, you probably just want to take this first one, see if you get a trigger. No trigger, so we've been pretty lucky so far in terms of just not triggering anything. I'm gonna go 7 again, and there's a 2-1. Nami was in hand. But I think you just gotta pitch at this point because you need to survive. You don't know if the 6 cost Luffy is coming down, and if it does, that's a lot of swings. Obviously, beige 0 costs do exist. So we play 5. Is it the last? And there's all 4. It's Exodia, if I've ever seen it myself. Draw off the Sanji pudding. And now this is the thing we were talking about. We can use leader effect, and now we can actually ramp. So we go up 1 Dawn from where we started. So beautiful, beautiful thing that we're seeing here. And now we have I think it's 6 Dawn remaining. Still Zorojuro, Luffy, Taro, and leader that can swing. Probably just have to keep 1 or 2 Dawn up to defend our board again. And if we can't kill them this turn, it's probably definitely happening next turn. Gum Gum just makes it so easy to defend your board. So we go 6 with Zoro. I'm not sure why I opted to swing Zoro so late. I think I just forgot about it, to be honest. So now just confirming that this Sanji pudding cannot swing. And it looks like there's a trigger. Another damn punk. Draw 2, trash 1. I mean, I'm not complaining. If it's not a beige or a 0 cost, I'm not complaining. And healing, trashing, an ace it looks like. Sorry, the camera angle kind of clipping out the top part of the board, but from the corner of the card I can see that it is an ace. Alright, we attach 1 Dawn and swing 7 now. They only give it 2k, so yeah, just confirming that it is a 7. And block comes out. Zorojuro can still swing here. They take going on to 0, no trigger, and I guess even if it was a beige at that point, it's good because we have no other swings. And come out again, only 5 Dawn left, so we kind of showcase that we're not playing the 6 cost Luffy. I'm not even sure if we have it. I don't think I found it yet, or maybe I just drew it this turn, and I opted to just play that 3rd Sanji pudding, ramp, and then get it ready for next turn. If we can get them down to 0, no blockers, it just makes the job way easier. Really deliberating here. I think the plan is to just keep maybe 1 Dawn up, leaving us with 4 Dawn to play with. We opt to pay 3. Is it a Franky? No, okay, we play the Sanji because we're less than or 2 less Dawn at least than our opponent. We can play it for 3 Dawn. It's a 6k body and it's a blocker just in case I don't want to gum here and want to still protect one of the 7k bodies on board. So let's see what happens here. 10 into Sanji Pudding. My goal at this point is to not use a Gum if I don't have to, because I want to make sure that I can stay at a relatively okay Dawn amount to have enough Dawn to swing next turn. So right now we're at 7, I believe, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. It's good that if I have the 6 cost Luffy, I can opt to um, still play it if I gum. So we just give away the Sanji Pudding here, which is very interesting. Maybe we don't have the 2 2Ks, or maybe we want to save it for what's to come. I'm expecting maybe another ace, especially because they went down to 0. They probably want to heal here. So an 8 going in at Sanji Pudding. I do see, yeah, there is a Usohachi there, so we just give that 2k. And does ace come down? Yep. And it's actually Enel, the 10 cost Enel, the new card from EB02. So it has rush, as long as your leader has a Sky Island. And when attacking, you trash a card, I think that was a Yamato. You heal, and it gains plus 1000. Swinging, I believe it's base 11, so swinging at 12,000 into Sanji Pudding. To protect it, we'd have to give up a Gum Giant and a 2k. Or opt to just give that blocker. Yeah, and I think we don't want to use that Dawn. We just want, I think this indicates that we sort of found that Luffy, and we just want to use that Dawn to just swing as many times with it. Not going down 2 Dawn. So now we're at 9 Dawn. 4 swings already off the bat. They have no blockers on board. 1 life. And correct sequencing would be, of course, the swing with it's already on board before we play out the Luffy so they don't activate a beige on it. Perfect. So we just go in with 7. They immediately give the 2-1. I should have staged there. And I think I realized, hesitating to use it, but no trigger. Using leader effect, pitching a Katakuri. Going in 8. The 0 cost event. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Just yellow things. Pitching a card for that. And healing back up. So now I think we just play out the 6 cost Luffy. We're still at... Oh, so we opt to actually just swing 7. I think playing around a beige trigger here. And actually triggering another 0 cost event. It's yellow at its finest, really, here. They are bleeding their entire hand, and actually I think at this point they have 0 cards in hand. So we pay what I believe is 6, and there he is, the man of the hour. 6 cost Luffy. We want to trigger leader effect here, yep. 3 standing 2 and 2 Sanji Puddings. And at this point, if they have beige, I think I would need to really be careful to keep just a couple Dawn up. We know that we have at least 1 more Giant in hand. So yeah, we don't need to invest any more than 7 because they have no cards in hand. Using the effect, I should be taking the life there, but I think the game is just done anyways. And swinging in for 10, and that's game. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.